Hi everyone. In my last trip to South Africa in 2019, I had the privilege of watching a guy load and fire a black powder cannon. And I also had the opportunity to lighten the fuse myself. So if you're interested on how he does it, watch this video. And don't try this at home.
Welcome to the Castle of Good Hope. My name is Jerry de Vries. I am one of the gunners of the Cannon Association of South Africa. The Cannon Association has been busy now for about 13 years recording and preserving South Africa's heritage and history of muzzle-loading cannons. So far we have recorded more than 1,000 throughout the country. What's most important is that we have recovered 53 cannons from city dumps, from ditches. We have bought some back from scrap metal merchants. We have built gun carriages for many of them, and we have put them back at historical sites where they are now being looked after. Dated about 1770. It has the crest of King George III on it, and the caliber of the gun, it's known as a half-pounder cannon because that's the weight of the cast iron cannonball it fired. This gun can fire this chunk of iron for up to 600 meters. Of equipment and the procedure for loading and firing a cannon like this developed over hundreds of years. We have studied their methods and procedures to make sure we don't repeat their mistakes and disasters. The first piece of equipment is known as the worm. They made their gunpowder charges in a cloth bag. After the firing, they had burning pieces of bag in the gun which had to be removed. So they would put in the worm, twist and hook, and they would pull out the main part of that burning or smouldering bag. But the worm can't hook the small pieces that are burning in it. So they would take a sponge, dip it in water, shake most of the water off, and a damp sponge was pushed up the bore and turned a couple of times just to make sure that anything that was burning or smouldering in the gun is extinguished before you load any gunpowder into it. With a ladle made of copper and wood. There's no iron on it because you don't want sparks when you work with gunpowder. This can be used as a measure for loose powder or for inserting a prepared charge. Now we no longer make our charges in cloth bags. Aluminium foil does not lie and smolder in the gun. It doesn't start fires. Once the charge is in, they used to put in a wad. The wad can be anything spongy and soft that will form a seal between the gunpowder explosion and the cannonball. For wadding, they used paper, cloth, straw, grass, ladies' wigs, unraveled rope, dried cow dung. It doesn't matter. Whatever you use, you're not going to want it back. And for what I have, well, now we know where the other sock goes. What goes in? The cannonball goes on top of the wad. The rammer is used to ram the cannonball and the wad back tightly against the charge. This piece of lead is known as the apron. It's the earliest form of a safety cap. Covers the vent. It protects the priming powder from wind, sea spray, rain, also from sparks from other guns. The pricker or reamer is used to check that the vent is clear, but also to make a hole in that charge which is in the chamber. There it's standing on the charge. I press it in. I now have a hole in the charge opposite the vent. When I pour gunpowder down the vent, it goes into the hole in the charge. Loose powder is trickled slowly down the vent until it's full. We put a bit of finer powder on top because it ignites more easily. We cover it, and the cannon is now loaded and primed. Get through that cycle, and we fire a shot every 30 seconds. So it can be done rapidly when you're not explaining. Firing is done with a linstock. A linstock holds a piece of slow match, a cotton rope impregnated with saltpeter. When you light that, it glows on the end. When that burning tip touches that powder, all the hell breaks loose. There are two things the gunner has to worry about. If there's a cannon ball in the gun, the resistance such that the gun will recoil back to there somewhere. So the gunner would never stand behind the gun. And secondly, when the gun goes off, that vent is open by the time the gun goes off, and there's a flame that comes out up to there, a narrow flame. You don't see it, but just believe me, it's there. The gunner doesn't want to get burnt by that. So he would stand to the side of the gun, remain upright, keep his arms straight, and would fire safely from the side of the gun. Arm long and straight. Keep it up in the air. Okay. But folks, this is going to be pretty loud. You want to watch the little one's ears. Stand by! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire! Fire now!
Jeez.
Missed it again, damn it.
So that brings this little video to an end. Now you know how I learned to load a cannon, and I actually fired it once, but I couldn't resist firing it 4 more times. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe, and you will be notified of my next video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.